Right.
Well, it's John Alwyn-Jones reporting for Travel Mode TV, and we're on board the Costa Fortuna, and we're somewhere near a city called Bari in the Adriatic, having left Venice last night. And I'm sitting here with the captain of the vessel. Now, I've got to get your name now. Ignazio Giardina. So it's
Ignazio Giardina.
So it's Giardina.
Giardina, yes. Giardinas mean like a garden in English.
There's not much gardening in here. This is all technology.
I have something in my cabin.
Oh, do you?
I like a flower and the plants.
Oh, fantastic. Well, this is a beautiful vessel. Why don't you tell us, first of all, I mean, this is a Costa cruise vessel. And by the way, guys, this is sold in Australia through ecruising.travel and cruise agents. So you can buy this in Australia, this product in Australia. But why don't you tell us a bit about the ship, the size of the ship and so on?
Yeah, first time when I was entering on this ship, I was impressed by the immensity of the ship.
Yeah.
The color, the interior design, and what I can see moving from one ship, Costa ship, to another Costa ship. When you walk around the ship of Costa, you feel you smell of the heart.
Yeah.
This is very. I mean, I enjoy. This ship is like an homage to the Italian liners from the past. I mean,
Sure.
the Rex, the Michelangelo, and moving around the ship. And when I am in front of the Michelangelo, of the ship of the Michelangelo, I stay with my mouth open. I mean, I feel enthusiastic. I mean, really. Walking around the ship, even to the small ship of the Costa, we have a lot of ships, 12 at the moment. Even if you move to the smaller ship than the Costa Fortuna, you walk around like I can say, like a museum.
Yeah, sure.
This is make the difference.
It is. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of exposure of all the Costa ships, isn't there? There's one section where you've got all the ships upside down.
Yeah, upside down.
You know, and they're all there. All the current ships, yeah?
No, just on the Costa Fortuna.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Just on the Costa Fortuna, you can see.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Now, the smaller ship is the Costa Marina and then the
Marina
Costa
Allegra.
Allegra. Yeah.
Costa Marina was my first ship when I took the command. It was on 2001.
Okay.
When I was 40. 40
A mere
years.
youngster.
So was my first ship. Was my first ship as a first officer. Was my first ship as a staff captain.
Yeah.
Was my first ship as a captain.
Oh, fantastic.
So I'm like a feeling with the Costa Marina, even if it's the small ship.
Yeah. And she's sailing at the moment, I think, up into Northern Europe, isn't she? Spitsbergen and places like that. Yeah. So when did you start with Costa then?
So I started when I was 19 years old.
Oh my goodness! See, as a cadet.
Yeah, 14-7. Yeah, I was a cadet officer, and I started with 1980 as a cadet officer with the Annecy. Annecy was a cargo ship.
Yeah.
When I started with Costa is a cruise vessel and cargo vessel, and there was 2 or 3 years they keep even a container vessel.
Oh really?
So my first contract with Costa, I was really young, was with a cargo vessel, Annecy. Then I had other experience with a passenger vessel. Then I went to the Navy for 3 years, and then after the Navy I had other experience with different ship.
Sure.
I was with a container, I was with a tanker ship, supply vessel. And if I can say, this has helped me to increase my knowledge, my experience.
Sure.
Because working at sea, I think, is an extraordinary life experience.
Now, I think
only if you have patience for this.
But I think you mentioned before you've been to Australia, but on a freight vessel. That's right.
It was a cargo. Was a cargo vessel. Cargo and container.
But not on a passenger ship yet.
No, not yet. Maybe in the future. I don't like it.
Yeah, we might see the Costa Fortuna in Sydney Harbour.
Yeah, why not? Sydney is a wonderful. I mean, I have seen just on the postcard.
Yeah.
But I see because when I talk with somebody who has been in Sydney, they talk about the Bay of Sydney. They say it's a fantastic.
Well, the harbour's it's a huge harbour, and we get ships. In fact, we get the Queen Mary II and the Sea Princess, the Sun Princess, and so on. Yeah. So all ships from the Carnival fleet.
Yeah. And because it's expanding, so we're looking for even for new itinerary.
Yeah. I bet. At the moment, there are 2 ships operating up in Shanghai, I think, out of Shanghai. So who knows, you may start operating down in Australia. But being part of Carnival, you're obviously a very large cruise operation in the world now.
Yeah.
How does Costa fit into the Carnival family? Does it attract people from all over the world, or is it mainly Italians, Europeans that cruise?
Oh, no, yeah. We have the Costa is known since years and years. It's known all over the world for its ability to serve different nationality of customers simultaneously. We are very flexible because we can adapt our way. To serve our customer, to give a particular dedication to our customer, depending on passenger we have.
Yeah.
So we can treat with German, with British, with Spanish, on a different way, very quickly.
Even the Australians, you just leave the bars open later.
Yeah. We have been some minor group from Australia.
Yeah.
This is different. And then let's make Costa different from other company.
Yeah.
Because we can treat simultaneously different nationality, depending on culture, depending on test. And, this is.
It seems to me as well you divide up the nationalities quite well in terms of language, so that because you have different tours for different languages, it seems to work very well.
Yeah, and the people, crew personnel, shipboard personnel can communicate in different languages. I was in Germany to study German. And then when we move in South America, so we can apprise another language very quickly.
Yeah, sure.
Portuguese or Spanish. This is the ability to communicate with the other guests.
Makes the difference. Let's get back to this ship for a second. So tell us about the size, tonnage, and how many passengers and crew and so on. So
the length overall is 270 meters.
Wow.
100,000 tons.
Yeah.
That's the length of that's a big ship. This is it's enormous ship.
Yeah.
Actually, we are 990 crew members. So it's 34 different nationalities.
In the crew?
In the crew. The majority is from Philippines, Asiatic. Then a minor group from India. And we have from Central America, Italian. We have some US. We have some Spanish. And this is it's a challenge. Day by day, they have totally so many different nationalities aboard.
Sure.
Just 10 minutes before this interview, I have a meeting with all new embarking personnel, and just to let them come in the ship organization and the softly and the fastest way. This is very important.
So you had new crew come on board yesterday?
Usually we have a 30 crew member journey between Venice and Bari. Every cruise. So this is the first approaching I have as soon as they get aboard the ship. And this is very important. Just to introduce the management of the ship and the philosophy of the company, the objective, mission of the company. And the mission of the company, put the passion and helping, because when you enter in a new organization and a new ship, you need time. And the best, important thing to say to the crew member is to feel like to enter an organization to be like a team.
Yes.
Because the secret of the results of the revenue of the customer satisfaction when the guest feeling the atmosphere.
Sure.
Crew happy, smiling. This is very important. This is the first message I pass.
Sure.
Once they join the ship. Actually, we have the capacity is 3,470 guests. And we are almost, just a few persons less than maximum capacity.
Tell me something, do you feel...
And then you will see the speech. Tomorrow you have the speech with the gala evening, the welcome. I will do the speech in 6 languages.
Oh, wow.
I can speak fluently 5 languages. But the Japanese will
You don't
read.
speak Japanese?
No, not yet.
Why
Maybe
not?
in the future.
Yeah,
Why not?
Absolutely. Do you feel a bit sometimes as the captain of such a large vessel, because you've got a lot of officers and so on? I've got a friend of mine who's a chef, executive chef in a very large hotel, and he says he doesn't cook anymore. But do you feel, as the captain of a big vessel, that you're
the
more
philosophy,
a managing director?
The philosophy of the captain roles from the past is totally different. I mean, you have to be like a manager because you have to. We are involved in all the aspects of the company, all the aspects of the ship, of the revenue, of the. I mean, in the restaurant, in the bar.
That's down.
So we
you're
are
in trouble.
meeting, So we have, good shoulder to support everything because the changing the philosophy was fast, but was. We were prepared to do this.
So how many months do you do on board?
Many passenger thinks that the captain. The role of the captain is driving the ship. Okay, or open the welcome gala, evening dancing, inviting to dance the ladies. But behind the role, there is many aspects much more important than this. At the end, we can say the captain. He remain a captain of his crew. We can say to control the event that can happen.
That's right.
At sea.
Oh yeah, because you're there when there's a real disaster.
This is the major, concerning and the safe of life and the safe of the ship and to conduct the navigation the best way we can.
It's a bit like, in some ways, but on a much bigger scale, the captain of an A380, an Airbus 380, they're so automated now. That what the captains of those aircraft say, and the 747 say, that really maybe they'll only be called upon once in their career to actually deal with the worst emergency, when they lose, say, 3 engines and they're at 35,000 feet, and you know what happens and all that sort of stuff. So it's a very different role, you're quite right. But so passengers on board just on 3,000 and something,
3,400. That's the
cool. Absolutely. So just in terms of other ships you worked on, so the Marina was the smallest you worked on. This is the biggest. The company's entrusted you with a large amount of money here. How much did this vessel cost to build?
How much cost that?
How much did this vessel cost to build, to make?
I think the cost of the Costa Fortuna. I think it was 400 million euro.
So they must trust you.
Yeah, sure. The year two. I started my career with Costa. And it was in 1980. And this is the proof that I feel this company. Like my family. This is very important.
How many officers do you have?
So the company trusts on me. Trust on my officer. And this is the main priority. Otherwise, everything
collapses. How many officers do you have?
We are 10.
10 officers.
10 officers Italian, and then the same number on the bridge. And during that scene, like today, normal day at sea, there are 2 officers and 1, helmsman. And the number of the officers change only during the maneuver or a particular situation, as a rough sea, high traffic density, low visibility, especially during the more delicate part of the sea. Navigation is the arrival, sailing maneuver from the port. So we are 10. All officers are Italian, even in the engine room. Italian.
All Italian. Interesting.
All Italian. The key position mostly are Italian.
That means you can shout at them in Italian if they're not doing their job properly. Tell me something. Costa is.
I was born in a small town of Sicily.
Oh, right.
So the small town in Sicily, the tradition in my town is everybody's. Almost of the population, 95% are. Seamen.
Are they?
Navigators. So there is a tradition.
Was your father or?
Yeah, my father worked with Costa for 40 years.
Oh my goodness.
My grandfather, he worked with Costa. My father-in-law worked with Costa. My brothers with Costa. So this is a tradition.
So it's
this is a proof because the company has to trust on me. My family.
Your whole family is a Costa. Your family is a member of the Costa family.
We can say working for Costa.
Now in Australia, Costa sold in Australia through through a number of companies, but eCruising, .travel and Cruise Agents are your main agents in Australia. What's your sort of message for Australians and travel agents and tour operators thinking if their clients might come on a cruise in the Mediterranean or the Adriatic or South America or the Caribbean?
Why
should they choose Costa?
Why they choose Costa? Because for the ability of our, personnel, for the very interesting itineraries, for the beauty of the ship, for our complete dedication to the customer to make a guest happy. We can say happy, but in the past, the cruise philosophy for cruisers was to let them feeling on our ship as on their own. Mm-hmm. Now I think it's changing the philosophy. We have to, moving away from the quotidianity, from the usual you have home, and we have to give something different, go over the expectation, and we do that.
Yeah, you do.
Because the customer are looking at customer satisfaction. Passengers are very happy with us. An extraordinary, life experience, cruise experience. This is the message I'm giving even for Australian passenger or guest or customer if they choose Costa. We know we can do that. So.
Well, fantastic, Captain. Thank you for your time today. I'm sure you need to get back on the helm.
Yeah, we are very close
to Bari.
This is one of the questions. Take it to your question. So when I move around the ship, many passengers. This is a curiosity. Who is driving the ship now?
Yeah.
Everybody, even the kids.
Get back on the bridge.
Even the kids. Yeah. And I have a meeting. Especially, I have a meeting once a week with the kids
in
the squad club. Is at the day at sea, and they make they are very, very clear. They make all questions they can do without any, to be shy or to be timid. I sit with them and they ask everything.
And they always ask who's
driving the ship, what are you doing if you sleep in the night? This is a very nice appointment, date I have with the kids. They enjoy. Unfortunately, I cannot take them on the bridge because the bridge now is closed for safety reasons.
Yeah, it's a pity.
But really, we take care from the, complete dedication from the 2 years old, 1 year old till
until kids are my age.
Yes, we can have.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. This is John Alwyn-Jones sitting with the captain of the Costa Fortuna as we're heading towards Bari, and I think he needs to get on the helm now so we don't have any errors when we go into the port. I'm sure we won't, though.
Thank you. Yes, I will.
Mille grazie.